All right, welcome. So in a comfortable seat, lengthen up the spine and close the eyes. Maybe bring the palms together. Just take a moment to connect here. Connect to your breath. Connect to the space around you and within you. Receiving this moment and the next moment, present here and now. So the invitation for the next 40 days with this practice is to do your best, as always. And also to invite any really sort of obstacle, whatever that might be for you, to be slowly purified, dissolved, worked out through this practice. If you know what the obstacle is, that's great. A lot of times we don't. They're kind of locked away or mysterious to us, and they only come out in moments of pressure or challenge, which are gifts. Inviting yourself to open to the unknown. And continue. Here we'll tune in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. And this connects us to our creative consciousness, our inner guide, as well as all of the teachers who have given us guidance, help, support. And take a deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Hold the breath, lift the chest. And exhale. And just take a few stretches here. Whatever feels good in your spine, your body, maybe a side bend, maybe some cat-cows. Just giving some space for the breath in the rib cage, in the spine. Circling around. So this practice is called Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. And there's a whole story behind it, but in essence, a chakra is a spinning disc. We know them in the body, the chakras, but in the Vedic teachings, Vishnu has 4 different objects: 2 benediction and two that are weapons. And the chakra is a weapon, and it's like a spinning disc of fire, and it's meant to sort of cut and kill demons and enemies. And the Sodarshan chakra is specifically powerful because, well, it's Vishnu's, and it can travel independent of Vishnu, right? It moves through space and time, almost like a drone to hunt down and sort of like a missile target that which is adharmic or against the nature of the soul. So this practice is purifying all of that in our subconscious, all the subconscious impulses that are adharmic or that block us as souls in a human experience from fulfilling those sort of longings of the soul. So oftentimes that's things that we're not even aware of, past karma, things that have been sort of imprinted into our subtle body, which travels with the soul from life to life and carries over. And that's why we do this work, to work on the unseen realm within. And a lot of this practice is in the belly. So we'll be moving the navel point very powerfully, and that creates heat. It creates a sort of refinement, or the body comes online. And so does the subtle body, and so does the mental body. And they all start to sort of work in harmony together to keep us in contact, in connection with our dharma, with our soul, with that which is our unique code for this life. So we'll start with some priming, breath of fire, arms extend up and out to 60 degrees. The fingers curl in to the tops of the palms, the thumbs stretch out, and then begin breath of fire. It's a rapid inhale, exhale through the nose. Eyes are closed, and the navel will move in and out gently. Keep it going. Last few seconds. Move at your own pace. It might be a little slower than me or a little faster. Find your rhythm and lock in. Exhale. Inhale, deep breath. Stretch your arms up overhead, thumbs touch. Fingers uncurl, reach up, hold the breath, lift, root lock, stretch. Exhale slowly, sweeping the arms out and down, fingertips touch the ground. Just anchoring here, releasing any stagnant energy to be composted. Okay, so we are working with an inhale through the left nostril and an exhale out the right nostril. And that is repeated over and over. So we're only ever inhaling through the left nostril and exhaling out the right nostril. What we do in between is the magic and the power, the challenge. This can be a very sort of advanced practice, if you will, but anyone can do it. It just takes a little time to build up to it. So I'll demonstrate. I inhale through the left. My right thumb seals my right nostril, inhale through my left, and then I'm holding the breath. So be aware of when you inhale where you're holding the breath. It's not going to be in the throat or the neck. You want to expand your belly, lungs, chest, the whole barrel of your torso, and hold the breath there. Maybe lift the chest a little to emphasize that's where you're holding. So I inhale through my left, I hold the breath, and as I hold the breath, I begin to pump my navel. So if this is the spine and this is your belly button, there's two ways of doing it. 1, 2, 3, successively closer to the spine, or 1 in, out, 2 in, out, 3 in, out, right? Do what you can, do what works for you. So I'm going to pump my navel 48 times, essentially, and then exhale out my right nostril. There's a mantra with this practice. Mantra is Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru. We're just going to repeat that 16 times, and that's 3 parts, Wa He Guru. Hence, 16 times 3 is 48, right? So if I'm right, is that right? 42. Math is not my, well, 48. So Waheguru is simply a word to celebrate truth, light, the wisdom that is brought through these practices. So I'll hold my breath, inhale. You can watch my belly here. And then after 16, exhale out the right nostril. And repeat. And that's our practice. Inhale through the left, hold the breath, pulse the navel, 16 repetitions of Waheguru. Exhale out the right nostril. I know it seems complicated. You'll get it. We have music to practice too. One important thing with the music, there's a instrumental interlude, and you want to use that to help you decide the timing of your inhale and your exhale. So you'll hear it kind of, there's a sort of heightening of the music, and that's the inhale. And then the mantra will start to play. That's holding the breath, pumping the navel. And then the sort of downbeat, and that's the exhale. And then you'll hear the music start to climb again, and that's your inhale. So that the music is a timing device for you. So listen carefully to that and tune in to that in between, how much time you have for the exhale and for the inhale before the next round begins. The music will be helpful to keep us in time and just sort of like on the beat. And also it will be reciting the mantra, which you are doing in your mind, obviously not out loud because you're holding your breath. Okay.
What about the drishti?
The drishti is at the tip of the nose, and you are not to close your eyes with this practice. It's a very specific instruction. Do not close your eyes. If you would like to experiment and do it anyway, that's obviously your prerogative. I think my teacher told me that because there's so much getting stirred up, it can be very unsettling to close your eyes. You might have really intense visuals or like nightmarish images. I don't know about that. I'm not experienced to confirm that. But, you know, that's the instruction. Gaze towards the tip of the nose. And the best thing I could say about that is just to relax the eyelids and look down. It can feel uncomfortable if you're not used to that kind of drishti, that gaze. And that also gets worked out over time. Do your best. Just do your best. If you cannot hold your breath for the full 16 repetitions. If you feel like I'm going to pass out or it's too intense, don't force anything ever with any practice. Just exhale, take a beat, pause, and then hop into the next cycle and do your best. Don't force anything. Just kind of let it build up slowly. We'll be here for 11 minutes. You have plenty of time to work it out in the next 40 days and in the 11 minutes. All right.
Are the hands just relaxed or is there a mudra?
Yeah, whatever you'd like. I like to bring my hands back down into Gyan Mudra, resting on the thighs. So there's a little bit of effort in this one, and it's not without its rewards. So, inhale through the left, nice big breath, hold the breath, pump the navel, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, Wa He Guru, 16 repetitions of Wa He Guru. Exhale out the right nostril completely, and then begin again, inhaling through the left. And if you have stuffy nostrils, if it's like just a little bit stuffy, then you can use your fingers to sort of pull the cheek away and create space in the nasal passage. If you're like really congested, then best to practice another time. All right. Any last questions? Let's begin. I'll start the music. Right when I start, you hear the music, begin inhaling through your left nostril. exhale, relax. Inhale a deep breath. And release. And to drop in. All right, we'll close our practice. A long sut, short nam, truth is my essence. And the spirit soul having a human experience. Inhaling. Sat nam. Peace to all, love to all, light to all. Any questions, any feedback? How is that for you?
That was so good and so intense. I'm kind of like, I'm going to be so interested to see like day 40, the difference in just my own experience of that practice. Cause I was all over the place and it was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So thank you.
I hated this practice when I first started. I was like, this is so intense. I don't want to do this. But I did it and it was amazing. I loved it. I got addicted to it actually. I was like, I gotta keep doing it.
Thank you, Alex. It was amazing.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Asha, do you have a question? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a question. Is it recommended that you stick with like 1, 2, 3 or the 1, 1, 1 like the whole time, or can you go back and forth?
I would say find the one that works for you and do it. It's interesting because there's sort of like debate between how it was taught, and I think the consensus was that the successively deeper contractions is the preferred way, or how it was taught, and the sort of like pulsing is more to get used to it. So if you're not used to working with your navel in that way, do what's easier first maybe, and kind of get it online in a way, and then try the successive, right? Because we're sort of like going deeper and deeper into the practice, into the stuff. So I tried it to get it in that way, in the successively more contracted. So that's how I've sort of conditioned myself to do this practice. I would say if you can do that, do it that way. Yeah. But ultimately, you're still moving the navel. It's all good. Yeah. Good question. Sweet. All right. See you all here tomorrow. Oh, Kelly.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Okay, you're just waiting.
Just saying thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have an awesome day.